So much for tuning into this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. Be sure to subscribe to The Kim Jacobs Show right on YouTube. Turn on your notification bell to all so you never miss a beat. And guess what? Every time you watch, you're going to receive a real relevant and relatable guest that's going to share with you a piece of the puzzle on this journey called life that will help you be able to manage just a little bit smoother. At the end of the day, the Kim Jacobs Show goal is to be able to provide balance to the world, one household at a time.
Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. I am so excited to have with me some of our experts right here on Freestyle Friday. We have Athena Robertson, our sunshine expert. We have Phil Walters, a blind man that is our vision expert. We have Anisha Bradshaw, our credit expert today, and I am so glad to have each and every one of you in the virtual studio audience with us. So grab your virtual seats, go ahead and let us know where you're visiting in from. But more importantly, too, then share it. Share the broadcast with your friends. Share the broadcast with your family members and people that follow you on social media. Don't deprive them of the opportunity to hear the great tips that's going to be shared today right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. So let's go ahead and kick everything off. Let's see who's already visiting in. I see you, Athena, copying people and tagging people. Go ahead and keep that thing rolling, okay? Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to give everybody 30 seconds. How about that? Because I didn't even get to share myself. We're going to give everybody 30 seconds. That way you get a chance to tag your friends and get everybody here, okay? All right, let's do that now. That makes no sense how fast. I'm like, you know what? Just watch the show. That's what I'll tell you. Make sure you're in your virtual seats at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And one way to make sure that you don't miss a beat of the Kim Jacobs Show is just simply by making sure that you already subscribe right on our YouTube channel. You can do that. Turn that notification bell to all. And when we go live, guess what? You're already in the virtual studio audience because you get the notification. All right. So today, first of all, y'all, it's been a lot going on. Yeah. Is it me or is it just like this is, I was talking to my mom and I said, you know, I think just looking at society, when over 800,000 people have transitioned because of a virus that we did not even know could possibly exist, for it to come sweep through the land. And this thing is not gone. This is not gone. What are your thoughts on any of this?
Listen, a lot is, like you said, a lot is going on with this. It's touching so many people. I just talked to somebody the other day and they were like, didn't plan on getting vaccinated or anything like that, but I had to because it started getting closer to home. So those who weren't experiencing it, you know, close to family, it's like now the family members that they're close to have been experiencing it. And it's like putting people in different mind frame, a different frame. And me as a mom, you know, trying to determine the best outcome, the kids still being in school, you want to take them out. What's the best thing for their education? It puts a lot of pressure on you just to try to make the right decision, yes, you know, for not just you, but your family, you know. And if you travel and enjoy life, or if you don't, because you might risk it and then still lose your life from not, you know, one person just coming to visit you. So it's been a tough time, you know, just for everybody to make the right decision. So I'm just glad for the people that, you know, don't pressure the people to make a certain decision, because you don't know that if that's going to be the decision to, you know, save their life or not.
I understand everything that you're saying. And anybody, feel free to chime in. I'm just sharing my personal thoughts. These are not the thoughts of the Kim Jacobs Show. This is just us as individuals just having a conversation. And feel free to chime in as well, any of you all.
Yeah, I'm often reminded about the pandemic of, I believe it was 1918, the influenza pandemic back then. And we're talking about tens of millions of people. I think the numbers were somewhere around 50 million people perished during the influenza pandemic. Um, and so we know with the numbers that we're getting today, that was just the United States, but the world population, I haven't looked at those numbers. A lot of people have, like you said, transitioned from this virus, something so micro you can't see it,
Yes.
but it's affecting so much. It's affecting our health. It's affecting our mental health for a lot of people. It's affecting
Yes.
the economy, and it's affecting communities as well as countries, because a lot of countries don't have the budget that the United States have,
Right.
and are not able to get the medicines or vaccines to them, or even simple things like sanitary mask, clean mask and things of that nature. So we got to keep this thing in prayer and be hopeful that we can get through it. But the only way that we're really going to do that is if we do it together.
Yeah,
We've got to do
together.
this
That's
together.
a key thing that you're saying. I'm looking at some of the statistics here, and this is on Worldometers. I've looked at CDC as well, but it says here that 5.6 million people have died so far from coronavirus as of January 28th, 2022. That is but this worldwide, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
There are 300 and 223 countries and territories. This is unbelievable what I'm seeing here. But let me say this too. There are some things that I've watched on TV, and I'm like, wow, people are not necessarily. Some areas are deciding not to track the number of people that are getting the cases now, which makes it even more concerning for me. I was like, what? This is a lot. Anytime you can you're like, okay, you know what? Just know that it's pretty much here. We're gonna be with it. We can't really tell you how many people are getting it, how many people aren't. But I can say that one thing that I'm very grateful for, and I applied for this too, is on the United States Postal Service. If you go to that app, they're actually sending out free COVID tests. And I thought that is huge. So anybody watching today, if you haven't ordered them, it's a legitimate thing to be able to officially order your home test, to be able to do your own self-test with the COVID home testing. Do you think that that's a good thing for people to do, is grab their own home test?
You never could be too safe. I mean, why not? It's something that's free. You can never be too safe. Is better than, not just doing anything at all, because doing anything at all gets us nowhere, fast.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good idea. I know the first day I got mine, just to have it and, be safe. You have to be safe.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. And even I know, like around the country, there's other things happening. Like in Pittsburgh, it doesn't even have to be coronavirus. In Pittsburgh, a bridge collapsed and 3 people were hospitalized, according to ABC News. And I was looking at that. I said, now, you know what? This is crazy. You just driving around thinking that you're just going on your merry way, and a bridge is collapsing. So the world, we need prayer 24/7 just going around the land here. Wildfires, winter storms, mudslides. This is stuff that we got to get some people going all the way in and intervening as intercessory prayer warriors. Please.
Absolutely.
For the land.
Absolutely. If I may comment on the bridge thing, and this is why the infrastructure bill was so important, because this is not new. This infrastructure situation has been kicked, like a can kicked down the road for so long.
Right.
And, our infrastructure is falling apart. And I mean, we've had problems with bridges here in Raleigh, in certain parts of North Carolina, where they had to pretty much reroute some roads and traffic because the bridge were unsafe. So it's very important that we take care of the infrastructure.
Yes.
And anytime you have pieces of concrete falling off of bridges, there's a problem.
Yes. Yes.
So absolutely.
Well, thank God. Luckily, no one passed away in that situation.
Yes.
So that's, to God, we give honor and praise for that. So I see you, some of the studio audience members. Hey, Andrea, nice to see you. Glad to have you on today. And I see you, Honey D. You can hear this. Check out your honey P, which is honey Phil Walters over there. I know that you his wife. I see you, Rose. Glad to have you on today as well. Celeste Johnson, thank you so much for being here today. Celeste Johnson is a songbird. You talk about she can sing. So she's here today. Thank you so much for being in the virtual studio audience. Listen, everybody, today is Freestyle Friday. We're going to be talking about a wide variety of topics. Feel free to chime in on any that pique your interest. We have experts here that's going to share their expert advice as well. Andrea says, like most people, I'm just so sick of COVID. Would love to do just one day of not hearing the word yes. Can you believe it? Well, we don't even talk about it here on the Kim Jacobs Show, except for if we talk about it on Freestyle Friday. So this is our time to talk about trending topics and anything that's important and matters to you. So that's when you get this kind of conversation. Other than that, I'm going to tell you one thing. If you missed this week's episode, we had someone that came on to talk about how to activate self-love. Activate self-love. That woman told the house down, right? We had people come on and talk about so many different things, how to be resilient, how to be able to start your own radio and talk show programs. These people came on and did a phenomenal job. So one lady said she wrote a book called I Voted for Me and Won. That book, so that's just incredible. So I had some wonderful guests right here on the Kim Jacobs Show this week. So definitely go back and check out those episodes. I know plenty of people who've had it, according to Andrea, and unfortunately passed from it. It's such a terrible time. Yes, it is. But you know what? It's going to get better. And I do believe that there's a ray of light at the end of the tunnel. And I believe in that. All right, let's see. Jimmy Cave says that the United States has bypassed the last pandemic. More deaths than the last 5 wars put together. And people's mentality in the United States is in denial. Wow. Interesting comment, Jimmy. Y'all keep your comments coming in because this is, again, all about you guys today. Prayers. Tina Vick says she's out of the Virginia area from my 757. She is definitely a celebrity in our community and glad to have you on here today. And she says that prayers are definitely needed. Reliable and honest companies to do infrastructure improvements. Excellent comment. Sheila says, yes, we definitely need to stay in the prayer for each other. This is devastating virus, violence, and so much more. Yes, violence is just a whole new definitely. Oh boy, unless y'all want to talk about it, it's just so much. It's so much. Okay. All right. So those are some of the comments. Right after this commercial break, we're going to go ahead and get started with some of our experts. This gives you a chance to ask them specific questions that you may have. We're going to start with you, Anisha Bradshaw, today, our credit expert, and she also owns InTheMoment101.com. She's going to be talking to us, especially about some small businesses and things. Well, I don't know what you're going to talk about today, but whatever.
I'll definitely get into that.
Huh?
I'll definitely be getting into that topic.
Okay, so when we come back, that's who you're going to hear from, Anisha Bradshaw.
I'm attorney Kenneth D. Snow, and at the Snow Legal Group, justice is our job.
For more than 20 years, Attorney Snow has been fighting for justice and winning cases in the Carolinas by providing aggressive representation in criminal defense, domestic violence, family law, serious injury, and wrongful death. If you've been injured or lost a loved one in an accident, including tractor trailer or rideshare, you need the Snow Legal Group by your side, fighting for justice and fighting for you. Visit snowlegal.com. Call 704-358-0026 for a free virtual consultation. Located at 6827 Fairview Road, Suite D in South Park.
Okay.
All right, everyone. And we are back. We're talking with our credit expert, Anisha Bradshaw. Anisha, talk to us and tell us what you got for us today.
Absolutely. I'm really excited to talk about a topic that a lot of people have been wanting me to just get into. And I usually talk a lot about business, personal credit, right? And as a credit professor, I actually deal with both personal and business credit. And so I really wanted to talk to my entrepreneurs out there, my small businesses and everything. I know, Ken Jakes, this is my first time really talking about business credit on the show here, because a lot of people have been dealing with their personal stuff and taking the stress off of them and their finances. And everybody should already know, I want to type it right in the chat for you guys to display my number that you can text or call me on. And you should know my website that you can go to book your free consultation. And I just because I knew I was coming on the show, Kim Jacobs, I gotta always do something special for your audience. I actually added free business credit consultations. Now, I don't know how long they're gonna stay free, okay? But free. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm not sure how long they're gonna, stay free, but I want to give this opportunity. So I'm gonna make sure at least over the course of this weekend, and maybe even next week, that I keep it that way. And usually I only work with a select, amount of people for their business credit, because I want to not only get your business credit where it needs to be so you can leverage that, but I want you to learn those things that go into all those things. So real quick, I just want to kind of go with just one part, right? Let's talk about the one big part that people kind of skip over, and it's really establishing your first step to establish business credit should really be your business credibility, okay? So that's one thing most people really aren't stepping on, touching, getting to know. And I want you guys to really realize how important that is. So it may seem simple for us to select a business name, right? We're like, we're going to call it whatever, put our name in and do different things. And it's all fine and well. But what do you need to know when selecting a business name? Now, I kind of posted a little bit on my page. So if you haven't followed me on social media, please follow me, Enacia Bradshaw, on Instagram and Facebook, so you can keep up with these tips and everything that I'll be displaying for you. But picking a business name that you can trademark, right? A lot of people don't understand, like, hey, I just need to see if anybody has this name in my state, right? But what about on a federal level? What if you blow up, right? You want your small business to blow up, and you want to make sure you're not using someone else's logo, someone else's name that you poured so much money into with doing that. So let's talk about what does that have to do with business credit, though, right? Well, one big thing is that you don't want to include any verbiage that puts your business in the high-risk industry, right? So I'm in the financial field, right? That's what I do. I fix credit. But lo and behold, if my company has the name financial in it, or credit, or anything like that, I might be getting denied just because of the type of name that I have. And most people don't understand that you can get denied business credit just for small, simple things. And some of those things are your name, right? So high-risk industries are things that deal with real estate, financial services, things that the lender will think is high risk. So you don't want construction, right? All those things where it's like, hey, are you going to get your money, or am I going to get my money back? And that's the questions that they ask. So when your name tells everything about your business, it might not be the best thing. You want them to have to do their research, so that way you might be able to get past it. Just, you don't want to stop right at your name and get denied, and you're like, what did I do wrong? So that's one of the big things I want to share with you. But also, I want to share with you the fact that other reasons you might be getting denied that are small things that if we just work with someone like myself, who has your best interest at heart, I wanted to talk to you about, small things, like making sure all your addresses match on the different paperworks that you're doing. If it doesn't match the IRS and they look it up, that might be hurting you. If you don't have an address and your address is a home address, or you're using your home phone or your cell phone, that might be hurting you. There's a lot of different things that you can do, and tips and tricks that I do even for my own business to make sure I can leverage my business credit. Because yes, you do not have to be a personal guarantor to build business credit. You do not have to use your own social security number to build your business credit, and you don't want to, because all that debt to income ratio can go on. And it's much easier using a business credit card or a business debit card to track your expenses. And if you get audited by the IRS or anything like that, you'll be able to just show, like, hey, this is a business expense. It was on my business card. This is why. And I'm including your car payment, okay? So let's talk a little bit about car real quick, and that'll be my last little
we have a whole hour anyway, so feel free. This is some good stuff, and I know people may have questions, so get your minds right about asking your questions, because I know I have a few.
Yes, because a lot of people use these addresses, right? First thing we think is, I'm starting a business, I'm starting from home, let me use my home address and my home number. I'm going to get back in the car thing, I promise, guys. I know a lot of people have that question about putting cars in their business name. I promise you. But what I want to talk to you about is those addresses. Why? So what's different between personal credit and business credit? A big difference I want to share with you guys is that unlike personal credit where you have to give them your social and permission to run your credit for the most part, business credit, anybody can run it at any time. They don't need your permission. If I, as a consumer, want to see if this business is legit, I can actually run your business credit and see if you're doing everything you're supposed to do with your business. And I can see everything from the contact information, the address. So if it's my home address and I don't have a customer that's very happy, they could pop up at your door, you know, a phone number, all these different things. So if you want to separate not just your bank account, but separate your address, they have virtual addresses available. Separate your phone number. They have virtual phone numbers where it can come straight to your cell phone still, but through a different number. And that would really, really help you. So I'm just trying to give you some tips that even if you don't work with me, you're able to kind of look into and be like, let me get this done. The other thing, let's get back to, you know, this card thing, because a lot of people ask me this, like the first question, you know, in consultation, like, how can I get a card in my business name? So it's a couple different things that we have to go through and talk through. So, but what I want to say is, if you're trying to put it in your business name for tax purposes, you don't have to put it in your business name for that. So if you already have a car, you can still get a write-off for your vehicle if you just use your business credit card to pay for, or your business account. So if you're going to use anything to get a write-off for your business, let's just say that still has to do with finances and credit and all these things, but in the form of your business, just pay your business expenses with your business credit card, business debit card, and then you can pay it with the personal money that you really have it from, or whatever the case may be. That's a whole nother story, but use that first. That's what smart business people do, is they use that first. And that way you can get the write-off, because just buying it in your company's name, that deals with debt to income ratio versus the write-off. And right now, a lot of people are more interested in the write-off. You want the write-off, so it's less money you have to pay out in taxes for these small business owners. So people are new, and you use your card for any purpose at all for your business, whether you are picking up supplies, picking up your business cards, whatever the case may be, I need to use my card, and now it becomes a business expense for me. So just think about those things as well and start swiping that card. If I know I have to be looking beautiful on a Kim Jacobs show, I'm going to swipe my card for my hair getting done, okay?
Girl, I'm about to go get me
simple things, okay?
Get my stuff done.
Use the business card, though, whether it's the business debit card, business, because it shows it's easier if you ever get audited by the IRS, you're able to say, hey, I use this. But if you do it when you're personal and then you try to say, well, that's a business expense, it's really hard to show and prove receipts and different things that we don't keep. So just wanted to kind of give you a tidbit, because, you know, with In a Moment Financial Services, we help you with personal business taxes. We help with personal business credit. We help with your finances in general. So I wanted to kind of tie all those things together of some things you might want to be looking into. We help people start their LLCs and make sure that they're forming it the correct way, because we understand it's a whole package deal when it comes to your business. Not one piece is more important than the other. Your taxes need to be in good standing. Your finances need to be in order. Your bookkeeping has to be together, so you can take advantage of having much more funding and financing at your fingertips.
Wow. Okay. I have to take everybody over, because I just love this. So I just automatically want to take everybody there to let you see what In the Moment 101.com. Here we go. This is the About Us page. So I'm taking you here. Look at this. Where a moment with us changes your financial future. We serve clients nationwide. In the Moment Financial Services. And this is their team. They're also mask friendly over there as well. And this is her partner, Jeopardy.
Yes.
So I wanted to make sure that you guys get to see who you'll be working with if you're over there working.
And it's super easy. If you can click on book a free consultation, I wanted to show you guys what you have access to for free and the education that we provide to our clientele. I know that we have one of our guests on here. She came on the website. She was like, can I have it all? You know, and that is perfectly fine. You can book a free consultation for any of those services, for all of those services, and we would absolutely be there to help you. And the difference with In a Moment Financial Services is that we don't just do anything for you. We educate you in the process. So if you're going to get your taxes done with us, we're giving you a strategy for 2022. How do you maximize your 2022 so that way you're leveraging on your taxes and everything else? So we have virtual appointments so we can help anybody nationwide. We have walk-in appointments. So if you love to just sit with us and chat, you can feel free to do so with that. And some of our services are for walk-in as well. But look at all of these services that people probably need, are scared to ask, don't know what's going on, and there's free consultations for you right now.
I love it.
So
I love it. So y'all make sure you stay connected with Inacia Bradshaw. Her information, we'll put it in the actual, we'll put it here again for you to see it, but then we'll also put it over here in the comment section for you to be able to capture it on whatever platform you're watching the program on today. All right, so I see some questions coming in right quick, so I want to make sure that we get a chance to answer those. And Mackenzie, thank you so much for working with me backstage today. I appreciate you on the Kim Jacobs Show team. I don't take it for granted. Thank you. Let me make sure too, is the show lagging? Is that what you're saying, Mackenzie, or is it better? Give me a thumbs up if it's better. It's better. Okay. All right. I don't want it to be lagging. All right. And you know what? You can't do anything with on your being on an island by yourself. Just like I showed you Inacia's team. Guess what? The Kim Jacobs Show has a team too, and we are honored to be able to bring you this broadcast Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope that you all are receiving value as we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. And I do want you to know that as you consider different programs, different ministries, different places that people pour into people everywhere. I mean, people buy shoes and purses and cars and, you know what? Oh, I like the way they speak, and they do seed money and you name it. Well, consider the Kim Jacobs Show. In everything that you're blessing people with and doing, consider the program that's trying to bless you as well and pour back into it in some capacity so that we can continue to provide you with this original program content Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. For those that are podcast listeners, you can Cash App $ Kim Jacobs Inc. You can also do paypal.me/Kim Jacobs Inc. Or you can also become even a Patreon member. And that's where you get to unlock that exclusive after party content. And that's patreon.com/The Kim Jacobs Show. All right. So let's go to some of your virtual studio audience comments and questions. If you have a question regarding taxes or any of the stuff that has been shared, let's see. Oh, Rosalind. Hey, Rosalind Malone. Rosalind Malone is the host of a show, and I'll tell you about that. But it's called Sold Out Saturday Stories. It's all scripture-based. You talk about your favorite scripture, break some bread. You don't want to miss her show. She is awesome host. Okay, wow. Should I run right out and get a P.O. box is her question?
I'm glad she asked that question. No, the answer is no. No. You do not want to get a P.O. box. They want a physical address. So if I'm giving you away information that people pay for, by the way, guys, right now. I'm going to tell you something. Google it right now if that's what you're interested in doing right after this show, because you don't want to miss any tips. Google it right this show. Virtual addresses. Okay. They're physical locations that you can receive mail, different things like that. But virtual addresses. One thing I hear a lot of times. So here's the little confusing part, right? I'm going to confuse you a little bit, but then I'm going to get you right out of there. So one thing you don't really want to do is get a business address that is already established with another business, so you don't want it just to be 123 Main Street, Philadelphia, PA, right? It needs to be 123 Main Street, Unit 2 or Floor 2. You need to add something that's different there, because what can happen, just like personal credit, so here's a similar thing, is that person, if they don't pay their bills, their business bills on time, it can get reported on yours if it's the same address. So just be mindful of that. If you're like, my cousin has a business, make sure you put Unit 2, Floor 2, something else to distinguish the addresses there, so you'll be able to dispute that if that does happen. However, if you use a virtual address where many people might be using it, you're going to have your own. It's going to have a unit or a suite number to it. So many people might use that address, that physical address. However, you'll have your unit number there too, which will make sure that your address is different from theirs. So look at virtual addresses. There's a lot of different things. If you need help with that, I absolutely can help you with that. And I will walk you through step by step of what to look for, what your name should be, all those different things. So feel free to book your free business credit. Don't put the personal credit if you want to. If you're interested in personal credit too, book both of them. But book those appointments because it's a lot that goes into it. That literally was step one of step one. Okay, like
Step
we're
one
on the
of
very edge.
step one. That's,
Yeah,
that's
like
so
we're
cool.
right on the edge of it. But that's where most people start, right? They're like, I'm picking a name, get an LLC, I'm doing all these things. Like, wait, what's your name say? And what do you want funding or you don't? You know, that's what I'm thinking about when we look at your name. So if you started an LLC, great. Let's see what we can work with. If you didn't and you're like, I don't know, but I haven't gotten to the business credit part. Don't think about business credit as the last resort. Think about that before you start even doing your business, because you could be messing yourself up badly when it comes to financing. And most businesses, about 80% of people, and say the statistics say 85. I'm trying to, give it a little credit here, but 85% of businesses fell in the first 5 years because of the lack of funding. And it's not that you can't get funding, it's you need to be with someone who digs into this, that's the expert that can help you with traditional and non-traditional ways of making sure you're receiving it, and how to go about it. And most people are afraid of business credit because they don't know how to access it. It's a different world. It's not like personal credit. People don't even understand personal credit as much, but you don't have to put them two together. Do you benefit from having better personal credit if you, God forbid, need to be a personal guarantee to help you get through the tiers faster? But if you want to jump from tier 1 to 4 and you want to go through it faster, you do need good personal credit. But if you don't let that stop you and think like, well, I can't get good business credit, I can't do this, because you can. And we can take you all the way where you need to go. I am proud to say that I had help with a business that was only established for about 3-4 months, and they were able to gain access to capital of $5 million. So do not think small. Do not think 500. Do not think 5,000. Think business credit can take you, instead of you being in the mall, maybe owning the mall.
Girl, get oh,
Right.
whoa, y'all, we get ready to tear this down right here. This is some good stuff, Anisha. Okay, let's see what somebody has said. LLCs.
I'm not sure what the question is, but I know we can help you. And we do have a free consultation for anybody who needs to start an LLC, or making sure they did it stuff right. Because maybe you got your EIN number and you think, wow, I already know, I got my EIN number, I know what my entity is. It's done. Well, you're not finished yet. You want to make sure that you're protected, and you want to make sure you're picking the right entity for your business as well. So let's make sure it's either done right. Let's make sure, your taxes are in good standing, or if you haven't started it or anything at all, let's make sure you start one, because a lot of people are not benefiting, especially tax-wise, from the fact of just having a business and starting a business. This is the time. Don't wait.
Girl,
It's been the time.
This is some good stuff that you are saying. Now, let me get more clarity, and I'm sure anybody might have this question. You're saying that if you're just starting, I hope that answered your question, Rosalind. So I'm going to take that comment off. But if you're saying you're just starting in a business, you can go and get business credit without putting your personal credit at jeopardy?
Yes. And the reason why you want to do that and go about it that way, so a couple of things. One, you want to make sure you're not commingling funds. It makes it harder for if you get audited by the IRS, and it makes it harder if you're trying to get out more money and they're like, well, where's the personal, the business? You want to separate the things. And also what it does for you is, let's just say the business, you have a hard time, you get a hard hit. Well, you don't want it to affect your personal, right? I don't want it to affect my household, where I lay my head. So you want to separate it, one, by having some type of veil between your business and you personally, your finances and everything. So that's why we offer LLCs, for that legal protection, right? But what about financially, when you get in a rut and you're like, this didn't work out plan? Because as a business owner, you are always taking constant risks. If you want to see success, then you need to definitely take those risks. And so with doing that and taking those financial risks, you want to put in your business name, because God forbid if something goes left, for instance, I work with a lot of childcare providers who are trying to build up business credit because they want to own their own actual locations and not renting them. And so what I tell people all the time is that if you lose out, kids, COVID, right? They experienced that. Their attendance went down tremendously from what they did have, because they can't accept children with COVID or who've been around COVID. And so now they're not getting paid on these children, quite possibly. So what does that mean for your business? Does it go under, or do you rise above that. How do you rise above that? You need to have the funding to keep things going, to market better, to get more people in, to have all these different things versus just sitting here and letting things happen to you because you're like, well, I don't know where I'm getting the money from. And then there's so much other money available to you out there if your taxes and your paperwork was done right. So if you don't have a bookkeeper, we do that as well. But you want to make sure that you have access and getting things in order, whether you're using QuickBooks, whether you're using the self-employed QuickBooks is really easy from your phone. I mean, I'm giving y'all free tips here on what to download, keywords, okay? Take those notes. But this, you need to set yourself up as a business and make use of all the things that a business can have. You don't, just because you have a small business doesn't mean you have to play small. You don't.
Right. That's good. Okay. Well, y'all listen, I mean, you can't get as much information like this from somebody that owns a company that the only way they can survive is by being able to have income coming into their business. She's sharing so many great tips here and so many nuggets. Let me go and see if, before we go to...
While you're doing that, Kim J, because I just want to share with you a little bit about my experience, guys. You're talking to someone who does it as well and her business partner as well. So my business partner, she has over $1 million in investments as far as real estate investments and different things like that. We also have other businesses. So we do own a real estate company where we buy commercial property. We have rental property, event space, guys. So we actually use our office space during tech season and then it's converted into event space. So we have a bunch of different things and how we make these additional income. But you're speaking from somebody who came from Section 8 to commercial real estate. And like I shared with your audience last time, that's all in the book of how I went from, being on Section 8, being an employee to being an entrepreneur that has been able to take over and help so many people do so much better for themselves. So I just want to be able to share that with you, that you're talking to somebody who understands, who's been through the trenches, who is working for and who has worked for so many other people to help them get to where they are today.
Okay. Wow. Okay, listen, we're going to continue to keep things moving. And Naisha Bradshaw, the expert here on the Kim Jacobs Show, inthemoment101.com. Make sure you stay connected. Celeste, I see your comment. You talked about wisdom when we were talking about vaccination, and I had skipped past it. Sorry about that. You say that vaccination to minimize the impact. If you do come in contact with the virus, second, it is not an absolute death sentence. I'm so glad you said that, because just because people get COVID do not mean that they automatically pass away. There's so many people that have had COVID that have overcome it, and many people actually. So we don't know the exact number, but we definitely agree with that. So take proactive action, yes, but don't panic. I love that comment. Beautiful. That needed to be said, Celeste. Sheila says that she lives in Charlotte. I'm glad to have you right here in my neighborhood then, Sheila Montgomery. Glad to see you. And Rosalind Malone said, wow, to these comments and things that you're sharing. I see a lot of comments flooding in here. Let me see if I can grab some more right quick before we take a commercial break. Okay, you talked about the P.O. Box. We got your good morning, Athena. Hot Fire Show said, good morning, Athena. She ready for some sunshine to come on here. All right. Oh, Nefertina Serrano, who is the spearheader, the visionary behind Rise Up Women Who Lead, Building Legacy. And this is Dr. Nefertina Serrano, and there are 33 authors. I'm one of them, and Naisha's one of them, that we've been able to write in this collaborative project. Okay, I see that. Awesome stuff, Naisha, is what Nefertina said. Dr. Serrano said, truly valuable nuggets. And this is from Rose Slade, and her husband wrote a book called A Tragedy, Our Journey to Acceptance, the Very Slade Story. If you don't have this book and you or your family has ever experienced passing of a child, this family story will touch your heart and will change your outlook on death. All right? Mm-hmm. So make sure you check them out. The Very Slade Foundation, in honor of their son, Very. All right. Let's see. Staying connected with Naisha. There you go. And wow, awesome. Explain the virtual address and phone number. I think you did already explain that. So
yes, and if not, and you have those questions, those one-on-one is for you guys, so you can ask all those additional questions. I promise you, I'm going to be there. I'm going to give it to you, and we're going to start you on your journey.
Absolutely. And Rosalind Malone said, thank you, Coach Kim. What she's talking about is she actually graduated from our master class where we teach people how to start their own show from scratch. If you haven't registered to be a part of that program, all you have to do is go to kimjacobsconsulting.com and I will work with you one-on-one, 1 hour per week for 6 straight weeks to be able to help you start your own show from scratch. kimjacobsconsulting.com, and definitely check out Rosalind Malone's show. It's just absolutely incredible and very high level. So Sold Out Saturday Stories with Rosalind. Everybody has a story and hers is amazing. All right. So I think I've done as much as I can for right now. We're going to go to, you know what we're going to do right quick? We're going to stop for a second because there is somebody that is celebrating a birthday here today. And so we definitely want to give a quick shout out to this birthday girl, Anisha. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
You didn't know we were going to talk about that.
I did.
So let me change this whole background for a second and see if we can get a little belted tune out from over there from Phil Walters. Go ahead, Mr. Phil. I'm changing the background right now.
All right. As we celebrate this wonderful birthday for a wonderful person, here we go, y'all. Happy birthday.
Come on, yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
And
Y'all got me my cheek for her. Thank you so much.
what's your Cash App, Anisha? Maybe some people are sensitive.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop that in there. Listen. Oh,
Like, girl, wait a minute. Okay, we're gonna take a quick commercial break while she's dropping that in the Cash App. We're gonna come right back and we're going to hear from none other than Athena Robertson, our sunshine expert. So let's go ahead and get everything back to our regular old background here. We're gonna go ahead and take this commercial break and we will be right back. Are y'all enjoying these tips so far? Put absolutely, because I know we are. Absolutely. That was so helpful. All right, we'll be right back after this commercial break, everyone. Y'all stay in your seats.
I'm attorney Charles Everidge. I started out representing insurance companies until my father was seriously injured at work. 4 of his fingers were amputated. Our family went through a lot, so I know what you're going through as an injured worker. If you've been hurt on the job, call me now. I'll fight to get the workers' comp benefits you may deserve. I'll fight for you like family. Put my experience to work for you. Call 704-457-5000, the first call for injured workers.
Everyone, Anisha, happy birthday to you. And we're going to put that Cash App up there. And what we're going to do now is go right to Athena Robertson, our sunshine expert. How are you? What are you going to be bringing to us today, Athena?
Oh, man. Good morning to everyone. It's always an honor to be on here. Thanks to my sister Kim. Always giving honor to God. Man, I knew that's why Anisha had some extra glow going on over there. I was like, she's all bright up. I know I'm the sunshine expert, but you over there blinking, and I'm over there soaking it in. It is such a blessing to celebrate this day, along this journey, this new journey with you, Queen, this new chapter, and so it's a blessing. And yes, I got my free consultation tomorrow with 101 in the moment. I'm gonna take advantage of all the benefits, and it's a blessing to be able to take all the benefits. I said, sis, I'm loading up, I'm ready. And somebody reached out to me. They reached out to me twice. So I am a happy client already. Letting me know that they care about my needs. And pretty much that's what I want to say, is that all these advice, all these tips that we give on here, know that we sincerely come genuine from the heart. We have your best interests at heart. Mr. Phil Walters, his music is phenomenal. I think he has a beautiful gift and talent. And we as people, we have so many gifts and talents to share with one another. Yes, Some are for profit, and then some you get for free. And it would behoove you to take advantage. You can't be free. You can't be free. You can't be free 99. You just cannot beat it. I'm telling you. And it's sometimes it's the best advice that you'll get that'll set you soaring off. It'll set you on the map so high if you just receive it, embrace it, and then apply it to whatever you're doing. So today, I just had to get that out. That was on my heart, y'all. Today, what I wanted to share was I want y'all to hashtag this. The heart matters.
The heart.
Hashtag the heart matters. Let me tell you, I was always thinking, and I thank God for that, the Holy Spirit, right? And thanking Him for His grace and mercy, and the nuggets that the Holy Spirit give us. And the other day, and I've said it before on the show, I always ask God, what can I say to the people that will bring much sunshine to their journey? Not only sunshine to my journey, but sometimes it's not even about Athena; it's about everybody else and how God uses me as a vessel. And so I'm so grateful to that. And so the other morning, I had the heart matters. And God is funny. He got a sense of humor. The Holy Spirit too. I said, oh, we're going to hashtag that. The heart matters. It's a heart thing. This is a new year, a new season, a new journey. And so this morning I was like, oh God, we're into 28 days into the new year, the new season. January is almost over. What have you done?
That's right.
What have you started? What have you thought? For me, God has shown me so much these last couple days, these last couple weeks entering the new year. Everybody around me has elevated. Keyword elevated. Everybody around me has elevated. Then everyone that I've been in contact with will help me elevate. A new credit expert that's going to help me with my business, with my personal credit. Then not only that, now she's my new friend. Come on, somebody. I can call her and say, sis, not only business, and I love you back, sis, not only business related, but also building a healthy relationship. Then I'm gonna tell y'all what bust my bubble is. I thought she said she was in Charlotte. I was about ready to book in a walk-in appointment so I could see everybody's faces and go drop some extra sunshine over there in her area. And I happened to look at the website and I looked clearly and I said, oh, she in Philly. I won't be walking in this weekend. No. Oh, okay, let me go ahead and get my
You
virtual.
speaking it into existence though, because I'm gonna be doing
But
it down there. A lot of my clients come from there.
Amen. I'm coming. I am coming. And you plan on moving here, so we're gonna be close. And so, in that, my heart is already in a loving, graceful, humbling position, opening to a new friendship, opening to a new business relationship, walking in leadership. How many of you don't know? We all are leaders. We all are leaders in our own special way. We all are leaders that were created and designed to teach someone
right.
else.
That's right.
And I thank God for that. And so, what are you speaking from your heart? What are you feeding your heart? This heart thing is so serious, y'all. It is so real. How you have that choice. You have that choice to allow your heart to be clean. Of course, we always asking and praying God to purify our hearts. Give us a
Yes.
clean heart, a clean mindset, a righteous attitude, just to live right every day. Just that freedom in that. It is so valuable. So when I tell you hashtag now, the heart matters. Yes, Miss Rosalind. Yes, ma'am. The heart matters. This morning I was writing on listening to the Erica Campbell Good Morning Show on Praise 100.9, and her meditation was good fruit from the good tree. We bear good fruit. If your heart is good, you bear good fruit. If your heart ain't good, I'm paraphrasing. I'm paraphrasing that, but Luke 6, that's 43 through 45, about are you bearing good fruit? Or what kind of fruit are you bearing? You could tell a tree by its fruit. You can see a person, and when a person talks, you know if they're bearing good fruit. You've seen evil. You know what evil looks like if they're bearing evil fruit. That's kind of the fruit you want to stay from, but at the same time, you want to pray for that because that person could turn it around. God could turn anybody around and use anybody at any given time. And so what I say is, this morning listening to that was the meditation of her. Then when I get to work, I pray. When I come into my workspace, I'm setting the atmosphere, toning it for me and for the students, everybody that I'm going to encounter, because not only does my sunshine glow, I want to be a blessing to someone else, whether it's encouraging, whether it's praising, praying, praising, or even just giving them the right tools they need, beyond education. Because yes, I work in the educational field, I work at a college, but sometimes God gives me and allows me, my ministry is to encourage them on their journey, something that they didn't know that would be a life nugget. And so in saying that, I want to say, you want to stay and gain your portion of good news, of abundance, of health, of wealth, while in the kingdom, all in God's will. I tell you not, set your heart on the right things, you won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed. You start your day out, you will not be disappointed. I'm telling you. Y'all, I write notes. I'm gonna show y'all my notebook. I come in. Hey, on
And
the
Phil,
front.
look, Phil always does a joke. He said, "Yeah, he can see it real good." Now, Phil is
Yes,
our blind
yes.
man that's a vision expert, so he really can't see it. So he's like, "I can see
On
that
the
just
front.
clearly."
Amen. On the front, it says, God is within her. She will not fall. I was blessed with this book by my bestie. And this is what I write my morning notes in. And so I say to you, clean up your heart, fill your heart up with great words, with positive thoughts, honesty, truth. And it's never too late to change. That's another thing. Even though we 28 days into the new year, guess what? You got so many more days of the year to go. You can start today. It's never too late. It's never too late, and it's never too late to start anything new, long as you line up in the will of God. And so that's what the Sunshine Expert was bringing you today is the heart matters. The heart
Heart
matters. Your
matters.
heart matters. It's a heart thing. It starts within the heart. You can feel it in your heart. When somebody done wrong to you, excuse me, and when God is ministering to you, excuse me, when he's ministering to you, you might think you want to pop off, but then you think about it and be like, nah, I'm gonna be the bigger person. I'm gonna be a role model and a leader, and I'm gonna cover them in grace and mercy, right? Because we all need grace and mercy. Because for one, we have not always been like this. Let me say that. Athena ain't always been like this. But I thank God for where I am now. I thank God for what he's doing for me now. And so as a sunshine expert, I've been through so many things that I could share every Friday with you. And I only know this from experience. And so I come at the heart and say, get your heart right, get your mind right, get your thoughts right, get your attitude right, and it'll make you feel so much better. And your day goes so much smoother. So when little things come up, you won't even be bothered by it because
I
you're gonna
agree.
your heart is in the right place. I'm telling y'all, all of this comes from the Bible, by the way. I paraphrase, I say different words. I can't make this stuff up. I don't take away from God. And always want to be in his will and not Athena's. The heart matters.
The heart
Hey,
matters.
it's coming on Kim Jacobs show. Y'all gotta make me get deep. Y'all be making me get deep. I be
Thank
loving
you.
y'all. And I thank y'all so much. And thank you, Kim. Always, sis. Thank
It
you.
is my honor and privilege to have you on here. You are just a ray of wonderful light and bright sunshine. So, you guys, we're going to make sure that we stay connected with Athena Robertson. And I want to put her contact information up here again for you all. She's a notary express notary public. She owns an express notary public. She will come to you if you are in the Charlotte or surrounding area. So there's no reason for you to feel like you can't get something notarized. And her social media handles are Red Honey with two eyes, Red HONII, the number 7 on Instagram. Red Honey, the number 7 on Instagram. Make sure you all connect with her on her social media platforms. And her phone number is 980-200-5740. Thank you, Athena.
You're
And let's
welcome.
see some
You're
of the
welcome.
comments that came in. I want to make sure that we pull those comments up. The heart matters. The heart matters. The heart
I'm
matters.
in love. My comment, I just want to tell you, I'm just in love with this lady, right? This sunshine expert. I'm in love with the fact that you talk about leadership being in everybody, and how, God is funny, because he already had what he needs in us and what we're going to be doing in our ministry work. We've been practicing it all this time. So I found it interesting, just being in leadership, and because we have it in our own roles, whether we're parents, whether, we're a manager somewhere, whether we're a student and someone else is looking just at our life, right? What we call lifestyle evangelism, or whatever the case may be. You're still leading other people to Christ, or whatever the case may be. But I found that through my journey, one of the things that I saw just with myself was that I would always think that something was about me, right? I would always think that I'm going through this, and why me, and why all these other things. Like, well, I am an expert at this credit stuff because I always wasn't, there. And when I went to other places, I'm like, how are you giving me this information, but I don't know how to access it and use it? And guys just allow me to see it from a different perspective. So I tell people all the time, take that pain and hurt, everything that you have went through, and if you didn't like how that went, change that narrative for someone else, and lead that way. Maybe no one's ever thought of that or thought of something that you're doing, but if you've been through, more than likely, we want to hear your story. We want to hear from the person who's been through what we've been through, understands where we've been. And so I just appreciate her just saying that the heart matters, because I'm so passionate about what I do. This is the same person you're going to get on a consultation. I'm not going to turn on you and be like, listen, we really need to talk about it this way. I'm going to give you the same passion, the same energy, because my heart is in what I do. I want to see the success. I want to see the change for you. I want to see it work, because I knew what it felt like not having someone in my corner, not knowing what to do, stopping and paralyzing my growth because I just didn't know where to move or how to move. And I don't want that to be someone else's story. So I thank God that he took me through all these many different transitions so that way I could be able to use my testimony to help someone else overcome. So thank you for that so much, Athena. I'm so happy to be working with you, to be friends with you, to get to know you, all these good things. And one last thing with what you were saying on here is when you shared your story about how we connected and everything like that, it instantly made me think about how your network becomes your net worth. I've got introduced to Kim Jacobs. I'm now able to help with this platform here. I'm now able to meet Sunshine Expert and Phil the singer. Dr. Nefertina actually introduced me to, Kim Jacob. So really benefit from networking. Don't think of networking as a job or a part of your business, but that's what we're supposed to do. And then we're able to, iron sharpen iron and say like, hey, I have this opportunity with you. I want to share this with you, because not only is she giving us the opportunity to share our business and gain new clientele and all these wonderful things and meet new people, but we're able to pour into her passion, her talk show, and everything there. So it can be mutually beneficial there. But remember, your network equals your net worth. And honey, I'm rich just from this call right here. So I'm a wealthy girl.
You're going to be more than rich, because you have a lot of clients. My sister is on today, Felicia Fee Millions. She said, Kim Jacobs, thanks for sharing this. She has a wonderful business as well, and lots of great services that she offers. But she says she's sharing these good nuggets, is what she said. Okay, love this. Lots of great comments. You guys will have to go back and look at the platform directly, because I know we're getting short here on time. And I want to make sure that we get a chance. I see you, Nefertina. You said preach. Yes, iron does sharpen iron, and blessings to you all. God knows the meetups are no mistake. So true. Great insight on networking. Network equals your net worth. And then I think you're going to become a guest on another platform, Athena Robertson, which is on Rosalind Malone's platform. She says she wants to have you as a guest. This whole episode has blessed her today, is what she said. Okay, so listen, everybody, right after this commercial break, we're going to hear some closing things, but it's going to be, we asked Phil Walters to come on today because he has a new song that he wants to share that he said was kind of like, it was, how do I word it? You might want to word it, Phil. You word it.
It was divine. It was divine, a divine connection when I saw the title of your book and the name of this song. You'll see where it goes when we get into it. But yeah, to God be the glory.
All right. So, and the book that he's referencing is Rise Up: Women Who Lead That Build Legacy. And so we are women that are rising up, and we're building a legacy. We're not just going about our day without making sure that at the end of our lifetime that we've left a legacy here on this earth. And so I'm one of the authors on that book. There are 33 of us. And I know for the copy that you can get from me is KimJacobsShow.com. And you can also get a copy at In the Moment One-on-One.com. And both of us have copies to be able to share with you all. But when we come back, we are going to hear this song that God put in the spirit of this young man, Phil Walters, as we prepare to close out today. So we'll be right back. Stay put, y'all, to hear this song. You don't want to miss it. And let me tell you, you can get all of Phil Walters' music. Tell them where they can get your music, Phil.
Great. I mean, you can find it. You can find it on iTunes, Amazon, YouTube. So today, I want to be a blessing to everyone at the show. If you just type in Rise On Up by Phil Walters in the YouTube search box, it'll take you to my YouTube channel, and you can stream it from there for free. And I would just ask that you would subscribe to my channel. I would be honored if you would. And I know my wife's going to drop some information in there as well. So that's where you can find me, and my website as well. I believe my wife's going to drop that in there as well.
That's PhilWaltersMusic.com.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I already been putting it up. So Rise On Up by Phil Walters on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to his channel when you're over there as well to get the free music that he has. Again, PhilWaltersMusic.com. We started a few minutes late today because I actually, just so you all know, my daughter had an emergency doctor's appointment. They were trying to determine if we were going to be putting her in the hospital, but guess what? God be the glory. She's going to be okay. And I'm so honored that she doesn't have to go in the hospital. She's going to be fine. And so that's what the delay was. When we're talking about balancing life, I'm also a mom, and I'm balancing my life too. So sometimes there are little things that happen that are beyond my control. But we're going to take this commercial break, and then we're going to come back and hear from Phil Walters and close the show out. Are y'all okay with that?
Amen.
Here we go.
Nothing says I love you more than final expense insurance whole life protection. With funeral advocacy nationwide, saving you and your family 30 to 80% more than Getinsured.Solutions, LLC. Getinsured.Solutions, 704-499-3616.
We are all coming back, and we are here to get ready to hear the final song from Mr. Phil Walters.
Hey, first and foremost, thank you so much, Kim, for having me on the show. I enjoyed everybody. I got so many nuggets. My pocket is filled with those golden nuggets, and it's an honor to be here. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to share this song with you all. Here we go.
Thank you for being here. And just so you all know, Phil Walters, you can tell them, because I know not everybody that's on now is always on. So just tell them about your condition and what briefly happened, and then share the song. I don't want to.
Yeah, sure. So I am physically blind. I lost all of my eyesight on Valentine's Day 2006. I always tell people, a lot of people got chocolate and cards. I got this, but God wasn't done with me. History of blindness in my family, so I lost my right eye at 7. Doctors always prepped me for the possibility of losing my eyesight by 13, and that did not happen. I was into my 40s when I lost complete sight in my left eye, and had a little rough time for a while. Had to have my pity party with banners and everything of that nature and confetti, but God reached out to me one night and touched my spirit, and said, listen, if you're done with all of that, I got plans for you. Get up and allow me to use you. And it's an honor and a privilege to serve the wonderful God that we have.
That's
and
right.
Of course, that's a short version of time, but yeah.
That's amazing. I am so grateful that God allowed our paths to cross. And the way that we connected is through another one of our vision experts, Camille Richardson. She actually is a woman that is blind as well. And she connected us. And so I have several blind individuals that are vision experts here on the Kim Jacobs Show. And we don't take that for granted. Because if we can't learn from them, then shame on us. Because he's teaching people music, and he's training people on a gift that God blessed him with, and he's doing this while he's blind, and his wife is blind. They are making no excuses, just results. And I am so honored to know you, Mr. Phil Walters. Thank you for being here today.
Oh, praise God. The honor is mine. And everyone, please take care of your eyes. Get your examinations once a year and wear sunglasses out there. That sun is no joke on the eyes. So please take care of that. All right, here we go.
Go right ahead. And this goes along with the book, Rise Up, Women Who Lead, Building Legacies. So this is the right now.
What's going on, Kim Jacobs Show? You know, the enemy likes to have a pity party. But I'm here today so that we can have a praise party. Get ready. Here we go. Once in a while I feel I'm wasting time. These type of thoughts, they echo through my mind sometimes. Maybe it's just my point of view, but there is a voice that keeps breaking through. Thank you, Lord. It said, rise on up above the mist. You won't make so you could quit. You got to know something out there better for you. Rise on up above the mist, 'cause you won't make so you could quit. You got to know something out there better for you. Listen, y'all. The keys to victory are in my hand. These are the words that a wise man said. Yeah. You told me, God, don't make no jump. Then he said, get on up, God will trust. Faith is the key, yeah. It's a must, you get it. Yeah. My God, hey. Yeah, so rise on up above the mist down. You won't let so you could quit. You got to know something out there better for you. Rise on up above the mist, 'cause you won't let so you could quit. You got to know something out there better for you. Rise on up above the mist. You won't let so you could quit. You got to know there's something out there better for you. Rise on up above the mist, 'cause you won't let so you could quit. You got to know there's something out there better for you. Yes, it is, yeah. Hey, yeah. You got to rise on up, yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Phil, rise on up, y'all. We have to rise and not worry about our circumstances, our situations. As Dr. Nefertino often says, she talks about us rising from the proverbial ashes to the blessings that God has for us and the legacy that he intends for us to leave on this earth. So I am so grateful, Phil Walters, that you came on and blessed us today with that song, Rise On Up. We don't have time for no pity parties. It's time to rise on up. So thank you so much. Remember, Phil Walters Music.com, y'all. Make sure you all support him. Go onto his website, onto the YouTube channel, and type up Rise Up. Let me make sure I go back and get that. It was Rise Up by Phil Walters, and you'll get some of his free songs. And just go and subscribe to his channel. Encourage him, support him, and let him know that what he's doing does make a difference for us that can see. We can be his eyes and see what and share some of the things that God is doing through his work and his love. Because somebody's telling him how many subscribers he has. I can guarantee you that, right? So make sure you all subscribe to Phil Walters. And that's today's program. I see lots of comments. People said, Honey D, your wife said, hey, sang, baby, sang. Rosalind said, have an amazing day, everyone. Make sure that you all stay connected. Remember, Anacia Bradshaw, her Cash App, I want to put that in one more time because it's her birthday. So anybody that wants to be a blessing to Anacia Bradshaw, you can definitely book your consultations. Go ahead and do that. But it's Anacia Bradshaw, $ Anacia Bradshaw. We want to be a blessing to her. And I know somebody else has a birthday coming up soon backstage. Yes, see, I could pull you in, but I'm not because I know you don't. Is it okay to pull you in? I'll pull y'all in. Don't pull you in. Okay. I see you too, Trent. Come on. Can I pull you in? I can pull you in? No? If Trenton had shook his head, yes, I would have pulled you in. But she said no. All right. I don't pull them in unless they say it's okay. Be ready next time, Mackenzie and Trenton. All right? Because I want to pull you in when I want to pull you in. All right. Y'all make sure that you all go ahead and send some cash apps to Anacia Bradshaw today and make that thing happen. Don't let's see. Before we get off, I want to make sure something ding over there. You got your thing where it's gonna go or whatever. You doing that? Can you do that?
Yes.
All right, y'all make sure y'all try and figure out how to send something over to $. And y'all know you get busy at the rest of the day and you be like, dog, I didn't even get a chance to do it. I thought I was gonna do it.
Oh, I appreciate the love. I do.
And so happy birthday to Anacia, right? And it's okay every once in a while to just spend a little bit of extra time when you're trying to be a blessing in life and you want to be able to celebrate somebody else. Isn't it fun to sometimes think about other people? What, you saying yes? Oh, so
yes.
Mackenzie, do not distract me in the back of the show like that now. I'm like, what? You want me to pull you in? Oh, okay, then stop talking back there. If y'all don't know what's happening, I have one of my team members backstage, and she's doing all kind of quirky stuff and showing the phone and all. She's like, send her a cash app. She's so silly. I know what she's doing. All right, so there you have it.
Thank you. Thank you. Did you
hear some singing?
Yes.
All right, everybody.
Yes. Turn down a little low because we were on the call, but
okay.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Anacia.
Thank you.
And thank you so much, Dr. Nefertina Serrano says, for that song. Thank you. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much for your compliment. I appreciate you. All right, everybody. We're going to go ahead and disconnect. Have a great rest of your day. We'll be back Monday, and we have all new shows lined up for you next week. You don't want to miss. We're going to be talking, I think, on Monday. I'm not sure. Mackenzie, you might be able to tell me. We have a mom of 8 coming on. And I know that next week this is happening. She's a mom of 8, and she's going to be talking about homeschooling with ease. We have somebody coming on that's going to be talking about how to get business grants. Business grants are different than nonprofit grants. You don't want to miss these episodes that's popping off here on the Kim Jacobs Show. So take a moment to be in your virtual seats on this upcoming week. All right, everybody, that's the show. We will see you on Monday at 11 o'clock a.m. Thank you, our experts. Y'all are amazing. Amazing.
God bless you.
All right. God bless you.
Hello,
everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of The Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on The Kim Jacobs Show.